The world of gaming is full of unforgettable quotes, lines that stay etched in our minds, inspiring both players and creators alike. One such quote comes from Far Cry 3, spoken by the iconic villain Vaas. Do you know the definition of insanity? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It's a thought-provoking line that has transcended the boundaries of the game itself, becoming a philosophy many gamers still reflect on today. The irony? It's now a fitting description of Ubisoft's current situation. A company that gave us this insight into human nature seems to have forgotten its own lesson, repeatedly making the same mistakes that have led them to the brink of collapse. But what exactly is Ubisoft's definition of insanity? It's not just about repeating mistakes. It's about their refusal to learn from the failures of their past, their insistence on pushing the same tired formulas, and their complete disregard for feedback from the very community they claim to serve. As we dive into this topic, we'll explore how Ubisoft's legacy has evolved from innovation and groundbreaking game design to a company that is now synonymous with missed opportunities and stagnation. Ubisoft's refusal to change, despite overwhelming evidence that their formula isn't working, paints them as the ultimate example of what Vaas was warning us about. Before we dive deeper into the state of Ubisoft and how it's reached this point, make sure you join us here at Waz Up Nerd Insider for the latest updates on gaming, anime, movies, and everything nerdy. If you're passionate about the world of gaming, stay tuned for more engaging content, in-depth analysis, and discussions just like this. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our exciting videos. Now, let's get into why Ubisoft is stuck in a cycle of failure and what that means for the future of gaming. Ubisoft has long been one of the most influential companies in the gaming industry, helping to shape the modern landscape of video games. Founded in 1986 by the five Guillemot brothers, the company quickly grew into a powerhouse known for creating innovative, genre-defining experiences. From the early Prince of Persia games to Rayman and Beyond Good and Evil, Ubisoft became known for its creativity and willingness to experiment with new ideas. However, the company's true rise to prominence came in the early 2000s when they began to shift focus toward large-scale, open-world games. The release of Assassin's Creed in 2007 was a game-changer, blending stealth, parkour, and historical settings into a genre-defining experience. It was an instant success and marked the beginning of what would become one of Ubisoft's most profitable franchises. The Assassin's Creed series pushed the boundaries of open-world design, with intricate worlds to explore, historical narratives, and revolutionary gameplay mechanics. It was a game that redefined the possibilities of virtual worlds and captivated millions of players. The success of Assassin's Creed was followed by other notable franchises like Far Cry, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, and Watch Dogs. Ubisoft was known for delivering exciting, innovative experiences that pushed the boundaries of gaming. Their games stood out for their vast, open worlds, their attention to detail, and their willingness to explore new genres and gameplay styles. Titles like Far Cry 3 and Rainbow Six Siege revolutionized multiplayer experiences, while Watch Dogs introduced the concept of hacking as a core gameplay mechanic. But as the years went on, something began to change. Ubisoft started to focus more on expanding their existing franchises, creating sequels and spin-offs, rather than pushing the envelope with new ideas. While their games still sold well, it became clear that the company was beginning to rely heavily on the success of their established brands, rather than fostering innovation. By the time we reached the mid-2010s, Ubisoft's strategy had shifted again, this time focusing on the live service model. Games like Tom Clancy's The Division and Rainbow Six Siege embraced a games-as-a-service approach, where ongoing updates, downloadable content, DLC, and microtransactions became the driving force behind the game's longevity. While these games saw commercial success, they also marked the beginning of a trend that would come to define Ubisoft's later years, a shift away from the bold, innovative spirit that had made them so successful in the past. What made Ubisoft great was its willingness to take risks and innovate. They weren't afraid to challenge conventions and try something new. Unfortunately, in recent years, Ubisoft has become known for its reliance on formulas that simply don't work anymore. At the heart of Ubisoft's philosophy seems to be the belief that bigger is better. Open-world games became their bread and butter, and live service games seemed like a natural progression. The idea behind live service games is simple. Create a game that can evolve over time with continuous updates, new content, and monetization through microtransactions. This model works for some companies, but for Ubisoft, it's been a double-edged sword. Ubisoft's commitment to delivering annual releases for its most popular franchises has led to a certain stagnation. Titles like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Far Cry 6 were criticized for feeling like more of the same, huge, expansive open worlds with little in the way of fresh ideas or meaningful gameplay evolution. Even though these games may have performed well commercially, they failed to capture the excitement of their predecessors. Players were starting to notice that Ubisoft's games were becoming more about quantity than quality. Meanwhile, Ubisoft's foray into live service games has been marred by failure after failure. X-Defiant, their attempt at entering the competitive shooter market, launched to little fanfare and was shut down less than a year later. The Crew Motorfest received a lukewarm reception, failing to build on the success of its predecessor, The Crew 2. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla, while praised for its setting and world building, still felt like a rehash of previous Assassin's Creed entries with little innovation to justify its existence. Instead of listening to the community's feedback and embracing new ideas, Ubisoft has doubled down on their existing formula, hoping that doing more of the same will yield different results. And yet, the irony is palpable. The company that once revolutionized the gaming industry with bold new ideas is now caught in a cycle of repetition and stagnation. If you found this deep dive into Ubisoft's downfall insightful, don't forget to subscribe to Vaas Nerd Insider for more in-depth reviews, industry analyses, and updates on everything gaming, anime, movies, and all things nerdy. And for all you aspiring artists out there, if you've ever wanted to learn how to draw manga and anime characters, we've got something special for you. You can try out 3 free lessons where you'll learn key skills to draw professional-level anime characters, including how to master the face, hair, and eyes. This is just a preview of the techniques covered in the full course provided by Anime Art Academy, where they guide you through everything from the basics to advanced techniques with personal support from pro illustrators. So, if you're ready to take your art to the next level, the link to these free lessons is waiting for you in the comments below. Join the Vaas Nerd Insider community, share your thoughts on Ubisoft's future, and explore more awesome content we have in store for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.